Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Brian Corbin, and today I want to talk to you about how to write the cause and effect essay. Why should we care about writing a cause and effect essay? Well, cause and effect essays help us understand the relationship of events that brought about an outcome or some kind of situation. They help us understand the results that came out of an event, which would be the effect, and they help us understand the chain of causes and effects between some events. In other words, they help us to think logically and critically about a certain situation or event or pretty much anything. So what is a cause and what is an effect? Causes and effects, of course, depend upon each other. You can't have one without the other. If you're a smoker and you smoke a long time, you'll probably get lung cancer. A plane crash, that's the effect. What are the possible causes? Maybe it was a mechanical error. Maybe it was human error. Maybe it was due to the weather. Maybe, God forbid, it was a terrorist action. Whatever the case is, a plane crash is never good. But there was obviously a cause and then the effect that occurred because of the cause. A successful cause and effect essay should do the following. It should clearly state the cause and effect relationship being examined. Of course, you want to give context. Background is always crucial to any kind of essay you're going to write. You need to make sure that the relationship between the causes and effects are clear. You also want to organize your cause and effects in logical sequence, and you want to use transitions, of course. That's a hallmark of good writing. And then at the very end, you're going to want to summarize the cause and effect relationship in your conclusion. As you plan your essay, you really want to think about the relationship between the events. Are the two events really linked by the cause and effects of each other? Remember, just because one event follows another doesn't always mean that the second event was caused by the first event. You also want to explore causes and effects. Does a single cause have one effect, or does it have many? And is the effect a result of multiple causes or only one? Is there a chain in which a cause produces an effect, which becomes the cause of another effect, and so on? Really kind of dig deep and think about what's causing the effects. A cause and effect essay analyzes why something happens. Remember, some effects can be caused by multiple causes, so don't necessarily just assume that one cause resulted in one effect. Also, some causes in turn result in many effects. Cause one can have 3, 4, 5, 6 effects. When you write your essay, you may be focusing on that, on all the effects of the causes. It's important to note that causes and effects can influence each other and affect each other in many different ways. Something may cause something to happen, which causes an effect. That effect may in turn result in another cause, which in turn results in another effect. So they do work hand in hand with each other. When you write your essay, you want to first look for the immediate causes and the effects. Then you can look for the more remote ones, the ones that are not necessarily obvious. What you should do is you should make separate lists of causes and effects on a piece of paper or on the computer, and then list the evidence next to each cause and effects. Also, you want to generate additional material for weak points. If your weak points are not really that strong, obviously they're weak for a reason, but if you can't find evidence, don't use them. You want to rate the items on the list that you've made by asking yourself, how significant is this cause, or how significant is this effect, and would the situation exist or have arisen without it? Remember, not all causes and effects are related to each other, so you got to ask yourself that question. Obviously, there can't be main causes for every kind of effect, but there will be at least one main cause, and that will be your most important cause that you will discuss in your essay. Then, of course, there will be contributory causes, which are less important, and then immediate causes, which come right after an event. And then remote causes, they might be less obvious because it was in the past or they were in the past so far. And then, of course, there could be a chain of events that happened because of a cause and then the effects that occurred because of it. Please note that just because one event happened before another event doesn't mean that event A caused event B. This may be false thinking and could veer your essay off track. You have to really think carefully about what the cause and effects were. Next, make sure you examine each cause and effect thoroughly and that you use sufficient evidence to prove your points. Do not make this an opinion-based essay. You've got to use proof and sound evidence to make it a valid cause and effect essay. In your introduction, you want to start off broad with a general statement discussing the topic. Then you want to transition to the popular assumption of the cause or the effect related to the topic. And then you want to end your opening paragraph with your thesis, which is about your speculation related to the causes or effects of your chosen topic. And of course, your thesis should be based on evidence that you will use to demonstrate the causes and effect or effects throughout your essay. There are 4 different ways in which you can organize and write your essay. You can do it from most important causes and effects to least important causes and effects, or least important causes and effects to most important causes and effects. If you're writing about something maybe more abstract or off the beaten path, you might write most obvious cause and effects to least obvious cause and effects, or least obvious cause and effects to most obvious cause and effects. I always think it's kind of better to do least to most, but it's up to you how you guys want to do it. I just think it's stronger to end the essay with the most powerful evidence, but I'm fine however you want to do it, as long as you follow these parameters here. Here are just some examples of how you can write your essay with the body paragraphs. Of course, first body paragraph would present the first cause and effect, and then the second, and so on. At the end of each paragraph, you're going to want to tie up that paragraph by referring back to the topic sentence. This is just good standard writing and good principles of writing in general. Transitions are, of course, essential for this type of essay. Some words you might use include because, as a result of, bring about, produce, effect, cause, reason, rationale, etc. You can look at the words on that screen and pause this video for a second if you'd like. That's all I have. I hope you enjoy writing this essay, and if you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for your time.